If Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Barcelona are all reportedly considering moves for a player, he must be good. Yet reactions from the fan bases of all three clubs to the thought of signing Chelsea winger Willian have ranged from underwhelmed to dismayed. Not everyone thinks the Brazilian is the player their club needs to improve the side ahead of the start of the season. The latest rumor regarding Willian had him off to Madrid, who were first allegedly considering a joint bid for him and goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois, and then put on alert, as the rumor mill likes to say, by his failure to show up for training. It later transpired that the player is simply having passport issues, and Chelsea are aware. But what is so special about Willian? He's never quite set the Premier League alight in the 5 years since he joined from Anzi Makachkala. The manager who signed him for Chelsea in 2013 was Jose Mourinho, of course, and the Brazilian is the typical Mourinho winger, loved as much for his diligence in defense as his ability in attack. It comes as no surprise that Mourinho is targeting his former charge. Yet the United faithful are alarmed by the possibility of another player being ahead of Anthony Martial in the pecking order, after the signing of Alexis Sanchez last season was credited both for Martial's subsequent dip in form and for his desire to leave the club, with playing time becoming increasingly limited. The fact that bringing in Willian also increases the likelihood of Martial being sold doesn't sit well with United fans. It's hard not to see their logic. Martial scored 8 league goals to Willian's 6 last season, and given that he played some 300 fewer minutes compared to the Brazilian, Willian's advantage in assists, 7-5, is negligible. Seemingly, the only reason Mourinho would prefer his former player to his current one is that Willian's defensive work ethic is far superior to Martial's. However, there's still plenty in the Brazilian's favor. His average of 3 key passes per 90 minutes is more than any United player managed last season, and only Sanchez topped Willian's per 90 mark of 3.2 dribbles. Willian completed 6 dribbles v Barcelona, the highest tally in a CL game v Barcelona this season. The last time a player had more v Barcelona in the CL was in 2006. Elusive, Opta Johan, February 20, 2018. Beneath Willian's workhorse reputation as a player brimming with attacking talent, which is why Mourinho would love to be reunited with a former favorite. That combination could be the same reason Ernesto Valverde wants him at the Camp Nou, if those reports are to be believed. Given the weight of responsibility Lionel Messi bears in attack for the club, he's allowed to take it lightly defensively, but although Valverde makes allowances for his star player, it still goes against his philosophy. Other wingers, such as the young Ousmane Dembele and the newly signed, and nearly as young, Malcolm, are also not renowned for their work rate. The Barcelona manager might believe that at the very least, the two youngsters could learn from the Brazil star and develop that side of their game accordingly. Meanwhile, only 2 Barcelona players, Messi and Dembele, had a better per 90 mark than Willian's dribbling average, and not a single one topped his key passes number. For a club renowned for players with skill, vision, and passing range, Willian may actually be an upgrade on some of their current options. Incidentally, the same stats hold true for Real Madrid. Their fans are thirsting for a Galactico signing, and there's no doubt that one who would fit the bill. Willian's club teammate Eden Hazard has better stats across the board. Landing the Brazilian would probably be viewed as getting the lesser Chelsea player. But in Madrid manager Julen Lopetegui's calculations, defensive work rate could then come to the fore again. Given Lopetegui's preference for a swarming press when in defense, Willian can be trusted to put in the hard yards to make that strategy work, while Hazard's reported interest in leaving Chelsea is based on a desire for less defensive responsibility, not more. And in any case, Madrid have players in Isco and Marco Asensio who can do what Hazard does, but their closest comparison to Willian is Lucas Vazquez, and it's hard to argue that the Brazilian isn't an upgrade there. Good but not great, perhaps, but Willian's blend of talent and work rate could be exactly what a top club needs.